Thank you. First, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Charles Pascale for giving me a nice pep talk, as well as supporting me financially this year, as well as the Blue Ridge Educational Foundation. So thank you. And to everyone here today, thank you, from the bottom of our hearts here for supporting us financially, and not only your financial support, but your trust in us. Not all of us have large families, and it really means a lot just to have someone to say, we're giving you this money because we trust you. So we appreciate that, and thank you all very much. I know we're all busy, and just to take the time out of your schedules and celebrate with us here today, it means a lot. So please, everyone, give yourselves a round of applause. Now, as you can imagine, I'm pretty nervous standing up here today. So on the way over, I rode with my dad, and I asked for some advice. He said, whatever you do, try not to be too charming, intelligent, or witty. He said, just be yourself today. In all seriousness, what I'd like to share today is a little different from what you might have heard in the past. I'd like to share a lesson I learned here at Blue Ridge that a lot of us here have learned, and I think we all really look to share whenever we can. As I'm sure everyone in this room knows, Blue Ridge Community College is one of the best places you could go as a student here in the Valley. Whether you're transferring, earning a degree, or earning a certificate, you leave Blue Ridge ahead of the game. You don't just leave prepared. You leave with an amazing education, with friends and personal connections, and a lot of cases you leave debt-free. Sometimes you make it through college without paying a thing, and that's thanks to all of you. Now, for us here today, we all know that. We're all here today because of that. And you're probably thinking, well, yeah, I'm preaching to the choir. And I hope I am. I hope and I believe that everyone here today knows how great this school is. Sadly, off this campus, though, not everyone does. Whether we like it or not, there's an unfortunate stigma that community college is less than universities, less challenging, less rewarding, and less significant. And it's sad. It's sad that I heard this not only from my peers, but from parents and adults, from television, the internet, even other universities who accept some credit but not other credit. So there's a stigma out there, and it's sad, but I knew it wasn't true. In high school, I knew how practical community college was and how I'd get a great education at a quarter of the price. So I knew that this was the place for me, not just because I couldn't go anywhere else. I could have. I was top 10 in my class, and president of a club, and member of 3 honor societies, and this and that, and there were opportunities, but there wasn't an opportunity greater than the one right here. And I want to point out that this isn't my story alone. A lot of students here today share that same exact feeling, that they graduated at the top of their class. They were successful, and they're here because they were successful. Just yesterday, a student here today at a STEM club meeting said, my parents advised Blue Ridge because of the price, and my teachers advised Blue Ridge because of the education. And I couldn't put it better myself. I mean, this isn't a last resort for any of us. It's our first choice. So, by show of hands, how many of you have heard this negative stigma at some point in your life? Okay, so almost everyone. Now, how many of you know that the stigma is not true and that Blue Ridge Community College is great? Okay, everyone again. Now, this one's really important. How many of you have known something to be true but questioned it because of what somebody else says? For instance, you leave for an overnight trip and someone in the car asks, did you lock the door? Did you turn off the oven? And immediately you go from being 100% sure to not really being sure at all. Has anyone ever experienced that? So almost everyone. And just want to say that's exactly what I felt my senior year of high school. When I decided to go to community college, I would hear slander about community college that, it made me second guess myself. It made me second guess what I knew was right, just because of what other people said, and it made me feel insecure, and it made me feel less than. I was embarrassed just to say I'm going to Blue Ridge Community College without giving the people around me a good explanation of why. Explaining, oh, I have a good reason. I couldn't just go. So I'd like to share that today I'm embarrassed, but for a different reason. I'm embarrassed that I ever felt less than anyone. I'm embarrassed I ever avoided saying I'm a student here at Blue Ridge. As it turns out, the word community, the word people would slander, the word people would say is wrong in the name of a college is the word I'm most proud about, the word that we here at Blue Ridge are most proud about. So I want to say that to put this in scope, over 900 businesses, or Blue Ridge served over 900 businesses by continuing education over last year. Over 800 students completed coursework here for their industries, and close to 300 students transferred to a four-year institution. And not only do we support our community, we support communities who neighbor us, communities around the world with projects and groups like Enactus. So now the part that really amazes me today is that we serve the community in so many different ways, and we're part of it in so many different ways. And anyone who wants to be a part of our community can. You just sign up and come, and you leave better than you were before. And that was made possible by, as Ms. Kiger said, like close to $250,000 just from the people here today. And that's amazing that we are community, and that's what Blue Ridge is. So today, I'd just like everyone to know that I'm proud. I'm proud of the people I met, the friends I made, our presidents here at Blue Ridge who can play basketball with you in the rec center, and you can foul them and still be friends afterwards.
I would have made that shot too.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm proud of people like Charles Pascale for supporting me, and he's never met me before today, yet he trusted me, and yet he gave me means to come to the school. And I'm proud that I have the parents who brought me here, and the professors here who are going to have me ahead of the game wherever I go. And most importantly, I'm proud that I can share this lesson. People are in the same shoes as I was, and they're in high school right now, with straight A's and all the pressure of where are you going to school, what are you doing next year, and I want to share with them that this is where they should be going. This is a great start. This is the beginning of our futures. So today, the last thing I want to say is I've never been more proud to be a part of a community. This community at Blue Ridge is something special. So thank you all for letting me be a part of it.